Hey y'all, welcome to this week's What's for Dinner. This week I'm going to be doing a collab video with Katelyn from Living That Mama Life. Katelyn is a stay-at-home mom of 2, and she does videos such as What's for Dinner, cleaning, get it all done. We have very similar content, and she is such a sweetheart. I encourage you when you're done with my video to go over and check out her channel. She's going to be sharing a What's for Dinner video also. Hey y'all, tonight we are going to make chicken fried steak. My husband is a truck driver and he has been on the road eating junk food and fast food, and I wanted to make him something good tonight, and plus I haven't made chicken fried steak in a while. I did a video on this, but it's been a while back, way back when I first started, I think, doing What's for Dinners. So I'm going to start out first with the wet ingredients. It calls for, I usually do a half a cup of milk with 3 eggs, but right now it's so hard to get eggs in the store. So I'm just going to do 2 eggs because we're only going to do 4 chicken fried steaks today. I normally do a lot more, but it's just me and my husband and 2 kids. And so there is a half a cup of milk, and I'm going to do my 2 eggs, and I'm just going to mix those up into this little pie pan thing. Now I'm going to do my dry ingredients, and we're going to start out with 2 cups of flour, and this may end up, like I said, being too much for since I'm only doing 4, but whoa, my flour kind of made a mess. So I got that. I'm making a mess over here, y'all. Flour everywhere. And then we're also going to put 2 teaspoons of salt, 1 teaspoon of pepper, and we're going to put a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. I do a little bit over because it's so good. Then we're just going to mix that together. And then we will be doing the cooking of the steaks. Well, this keeps, the more I stir it, it's going everywhere. So I've got this little bowl here, and I'm just going to put all of this in there, because every time I dip it, I wasn't thinking I should have had a deeper bowl or container, but this will be a perfect size to dip those in. And by the way, this bowl right here, I have 2 of them. I got them at Dollar Tree, and I love them. They have like rubber. I don't know if you can see it. Hold on, I'm gonna tilt my camera up. There's rubber on the bottom so they don't slip, and you can pour things. I'm gonna use my electric skillet, and I have it set, let's see, I'm gonna set it on probably about 350-ish. Yeah. And then I have some vegetable oil. I think I'll just use what's left in this pan, in this container. When I'm cooking a lot, I have an even bigger pan electric skillet that I use. This is my smaller one. So we're gonna let this warm up, and once it's warmed up, then I will start. I have got 4 cube steaks that I bought from the meat market. This is what they look like. And all that we're going to do is, I'll show you, we're going to dip them first in the flour mixture, and then we're going to dip them into the egg mixture. Oops, got a big old bunch right there. Dip them in there, get it good and coated. And then let that get off, and then we're going to dip them back in here another time. I guess it's kind of like double battered. We're going to put them over in here, and we're going to continue on doing that. Got them frying. I turned it down a little, so I may have had it a little bit too high. We got our chicken fried steak, and I just made instant mashed potatoes, corn, gravy, and then we have lettuce and tomatoes for salad. And you've done ate all your meat. How was it?
Good. I like that chicken fried steak's good.
It was good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Adrian had finished his. How do you like it? Good?
The only good was half.
Now, my husband's been on the road for several days. How was it? Does it get a thumbs up? He gave me a thumbs up. Oh, 2 thumbs up. This is one of my most...
I've been eating out of hot boxes.
Yeah, he's been... Oh, he actually spoke, y'all. He's been eating, truck stop food, so... Anyways, y'all, this was very good. Very good. And you know what? I bought these. I bought 4 of them at our meat market with the chocolate candy bar for Courtney. And it was like $6 and something. So that's pretty cheap if you think about it. So anyways, thank y'all. Hey y'all, today we're going to be making Daddy's pinto beans. These are the beans that my husband has created. So we're going to start out with 1 pound of pinto beans, and we're going to put them in the crock pot. We're going to add 1/2 of an onion, leave it whole. We always remove it at the end. Also add a small can of V8 juice. I believe it's like 4 or 6 ounces of V8 juice. And then we use these Sazon Goya seasoning. I don't know how you say it, but I put 3 packages in 1 pound. If you're doing 2 pounds, just double everything. Well, except for the V8. We actually put 1 can in even a 2-pound bag. Anyways, then you're going to cover those with water. And then I forgot to show y'all, but this is the Knorr tomato bouillon. We put 1 teaspoon. And then I have around 1/4 of a cup of bacon grease that I'm adding to the beans. And then you're just going to stir that up. And then we're going to cover our beans and turn the crock pot on high and let those cook for about 4 hours. So here's the beans. We got them all done. We also browned up some hamburger meat, and my father-in-law brought over some thin cut steaks that we put on the grill. Y'all, I am actually going to throw in what we're having for lunch. Because, you know, we're all stuck at home. And so me and Bryce saw the Moss family make these Big Mac snack wraps. We're making ours a little bit different because I have some leftover meat from yesterday that we made to go with our beans. So it's already seasoned with some of this, however you pronounce it. My husband put that in the meat. But what we're going to do now is I've got some onions. I'm just going to kind of cook these a little, and I forgot to put anything in here. Hopefully, here, I'm going to spray a little vegetable oil. Hopefully it might be silly I'm spraying it in here now, but I forgot to do it earlier. So, since I'm using my stainless steel pan, so hopefully they don't stick, we're just going to kind of start cooking these up a little bit. I'm going to throw a little salt and pepper in here with them. And then we'll add our meat in just a minute. Ooh, got pepper in my nose. Now I'm going to go ahead and add our meat in here with it. This probably ain't going to taste exactly like a Big Mac would, just because, you know. Actually, I'm going to add a little. I have a bowl of it. I'm going to add some water in there. Okay, y'all, so we're just going to continue to kind of warm up this meat. And I'm doing a voiceover because I turned on my little fan and it was kind of noisy. But this is a very easy lunch idea that the Moss family shared. If you are not following the Moss family TV, I would say go follow them. She shares vlogs every day, shares lots of good meal ideas, and they have like 5 kids. Her husband is so funny. I just love watching their videos. I just can't say enough good things about them. They are awesome. So we're just going to let this continue to warm up, and then we're going to get started putting it all together, and we'll show you how we do that. Over here, I had a little bit of lettuce that I just kind of sliced up, and so we're gonna use this also. And when I went to get tortillas, all I could find were these humongous ones. Everything was out at the store, so we have really big tortillas.
Pickles on mine.
All right, y'all, I'm gonna show y'all how we put this together. So we have just 1,000 Island dressing. I just bought the Great Value, and we're gonna put some of that. How much you want, Bryce? More? Okay. And then I'm gonna go ahead real quick and sprinkle some shredded cheese. I just have cheddar cheese on it.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna take the meat over here. I should have got a better spoon, but and then we're gonna put some lettuce on his.
I don't want any pickles on mine though.
Yeah. How much lettuce do you want?
That'd be good.
Okay. Then we're gonna
Hold the bottom, top, that side, and that side.
we'll see. There's his. I'll make mine up. He's gonna let us know too how he likes it. So let's see. I'm gonna aim it towards him so he can give us his opinion.
It's really fun. It's really fun. According to what? What do you want stuff?
It's kind of cold.
Oh.
Sauce
Yeah.
on the bottom.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. I drove.
What do you think? Is it good?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I forgot my cheese.
It is missing a little that like the more tanginess taste of the Big Mac sauce, but it's got like the general idea. I
Yeah.
love that. It's good.
Yay! I'm gonna go ahead and put pickles in mine. I should get 4. So, y'all.
I've never been a big fan of pickles.
So if you're wanting to make something for lunch or even for supper, dinner, whatever you call it, this is very easy. I mean, just grab you some hamburger meat, or if you have leftover hamburger meat, just use it. And voila, and we're about out of pickles for the
You
sausage.
could just make a burger out of it.
Yeah, she said, yeah, you could make burgers and do it that way too, but there you go. Alrighty, there's an idea for supper, dinner, lunch, whatever. Tonight, we are gonna make some chicken enchiladas. I'm gonna do something I have never done. I realized that I only had 1 can of enchilada sauce. It wasn't gonna be enough. So I'm gonna try making my own. I found a recipe, I'll link it down below. I found on Pinterest. And so it first calls for getting a saucepan and heating oil in it. It called for 1/4 cup of oil, which seemed kind of like a lot. And some of the comments I read, some people were saying that they would have cut back on the amount of oil. So I'm gonna put, I guess that'd be about 1/8 because it's half of that. And we're gonna put that in to the saucepan, and we're gonna heat it up over medium heat. And once that is heated up, we are going to add flour and chili powder. We will need 2 tablespoons of flour and 3 tablespoons of chili powder. So while that is heating up, I am going to get this ready. I'm gonna flip it all around here. Okay, I decided I'll just go ahead and mix it into this bowl here. So I'm gonna do, I have some flour over here. I'm gonna get it out. I need 2 tablespoons of flour, 3 tablespoons of chili powder. Yeah, I didn't think that would fit. Well, that won't either. We'll just try our best to do it then. Close. So, I'm gonna flip back around. So it says we are going to stir that in, and we're gonna cook it until the bright red turns a bit brown. And then I guess that lets you know that you've had it cooking long enough. So I think that's warmed up. So we're gonna go ahead and just pour that in. and hope I do it right. And this is something right now when we're going through everything, harder to get things at the grocery store. I guess it's good to know how to make some things homemade. So it's already kind of dark anyways, I don't know. So I'm going to keep kind of stirring that. Okay, over here I have another bowl that I'm going to add some other ingredients in. I'm going to keep watching this and stirring it. But we're going to add tomato sauce and the rest of the ingredients into that bowl. I have an 8-ounce can of tomato sauce here. I have 1 cup of chicken broth, or it said you could use water. And then we're going to add 1 tablespoon of minced garlic, if I can get it open. Okay. There's the half, and then here is another. So there's a whole tablespoon. We need a half a teaspoon of onion powder. Let me get a half teaspoon real quick. And I am still stirring that over here, but I think it's just about ready for these ingredients. So we're gonna put a half a teaspoon of that, 2 teaspoons of ground cumin, and then we're also gonna put 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. We're gonna mix all this up. And I did just remove the pan from the heat because I was worried it was gonna start getting too hot and burn. So I'm going to assist to actually whisk it. So let me get a whisk. That might work better. And I'm just going to double check I wrote this down over here. Make sure I'm doing everything right. And then we're going to add this to our saucepan. Add this in. Some of this off of here, and we're going to whisk this all up together. And then it says to cook about 8 to 10 minutes over medium heat until it's thickened. So that's what we're going to do. I'm just going to get that all mixed up, and in the meantime I'm going to start getting my chicken ready, and I will show you all that. I have a pan over here with I put a little bit of vegetable oil in it, and I'm going to warm that up, and we're going to start getting the chicken ready for the enchiladas. And I will show y'all. Actually, this right here I think is done. I mean, it's thickened up. I'm going to taste it. Actually, let's see what it tastes like. It tasted a little bitter, and I read somewhere that if it tastes bitter you can add a little honey. I don't know. I'm a first for everything, so I squeezed a little honey in there. We're going to let it kind of warm up a little more, and then I will try it. Or melt, I mean. Anyway, so now I have probably about half of an onion, maybe not quite, that I'm just going to kind of soften a little bit in here before I add the chicken to it. And I added some sugar to my enchilada sauce. I don't know. I could be doing way wrong on that. It just tasted really strong. The chili powder and stuff is really strong. Those smell good. I'm going to actually throw some salt and pepper in here with them. Y'all, I'm still learning how to cook. I don't know everything, that's for sure. And I may be not doing stuff the way people think I should. They're probably like, oh my word, what is this girl doing? And I do still refer to myself as a girl. Actually, I refer to everybody as girl. That's just how I talk. Actually, adding that sugar tastes a little better. And I'm also thinking it's a little thick. Y'all, so I'm adding a little bit of that chicken broth. I know I should be showing y'all, but I added a little bit of that chicken broth in here because it seems so very thick. So now, y'all, I'm gonna add all this chicken. This chicken I had cooked a few weeks back. Y'all know I like to cook chicken in the crock pot. And this was some I had cooked and had frozen it. So I thawed it out and it was shredded up, but I kind of cut it into some pieces. I'm going to add about a half a cup of sour cream. And we also want to add about a half a cup of this enchilada sauce I have over here. So we're going to put, there's my sour cream going in. I also have preheated my oven to 350 for the enchiladas. And I'm going to dip this enchilada sauce, about a half a cup of it. And what I did is I looked at a recipe, but I'm just kind of using it as a guideline. I'm doing all this my own way. That's the sauce I found in one place, and then I kind of saw how someone made their enchiladas. And I can leave all that down in the description box. It's not going to be 100% like theirs, but that's where I got the idea. So I'm just going to mix all that up real good until it's all warmed up good. And I've never made them this way, so I'm kind of excited. I need to get my tortillas and start kind of warming those up. And I just kind of warm them in a pan with a little oil just to kind of, not necessarily fry them, but to kind of soften them up so they're easier to work with. And I like using corn tortillas for enchiladas. I do not like flour tortillas. So I turned this down. It's just my burners are slow at catching up. And I'm going to put some oil in a pan. I'm going to just put it on medium low, I guess is what I'll call that. Y'all, I totally forgot. I'm supposed to be adding cheese to the this mixture. I totally forgot. I'm going to put some cheese in there. I'm just going to kind of estimate. I'm not going to put. I'm just going to put probably what's about half of it. Should be about a cup, maybe. Totally forgot about that, and I remembered. Let all that kind of mix together. Now we're going to get to the tortillas because that is warm now. Let's see. And we have it on a little over medium high. I'm just going to stick that one in there. And we're just going to kind of let them warm up. This is how I do mine, so. What I like to do is I put them on a plate. So. So I'm going to continue doing this and then I will come back. Y'all, while I'm warming up all the tortillas, I'm going to spray the bottom of this pan. And then I'm going to take some of the enchilada sauce that we made and we're going to put some of it in the bottom. Just kind of spread it out so that we have like a little on the bottom of this. In a minute, I will start making the tortillas up. I'm still warming up tortillas as we speak, so I'm going to try to do that and do this, and hopefully everything will work good. Take my tortilla. Oh, it's hot. Take my tortilla and my meat. Just going to kind of tilt you up. There. And we're going to spoon that in. Oh, this is hot. The tortillas are really warm, y'all. Really warm. But that's okay. And then we're just going to place them in there like so. I'll do another one and show you how I do it, and then I will do the rest and then I'll come back. rolling up. Ah, shoot, y'all. It's not always perfect, but it's okay. So we rolled it. Okay, y'all. We got them all mixed up now. Now we're going to pour what we have over them. Just try to make sure that there's enough sauce on all of them. And then we're going to take the rest of the cheese that we have, and we're going to sprinkle it on top. And then we're going to cover this with foil, and we're going to let it bake for about 20 minutes. Then we'll remove the foil and let it bake for another 10 minutes uncovered. And then we will see, I'm making a mess, if these are any good or not. Y'all, there are the enchiladas. They've been in the oven for 30 minutes, 20 minutes covered, 10 minutes uncovered. These are the beans from last night that I shared with y'all, and we're just heating those up. And I was going to make some Spanish rice. I thought I had a package, and I don't. So basically, it's beans and enchiladas. Okay, Bryce.
Go away.
Adrian, how do you like it? No, be nice.
I like it.
He's already went back for more. I forgot to ask my husband, were they good? Would they get a thumbs up? Oh, he gave me 2. What about you? He went back for more too. Look, one enchilada left. What was that, Courtney?
Is that a fart?
That was the chair.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all. Thank y'all for watching tonight. Me and my silly family. Bye. See you in a minute. What's for dinner? Tonight I'm going to be making something I have not made in forever. I'm going to make my style of goulash. So I have a pound of hamburger meat that my mother-in-law gave me. So I'm just getting it, trying to get it all out of this bag. And I also have, before I start seasoning this up, I do have a pan back, or a pot back here with some salted water that I'm bringing to a boil. And my meat is pretty well defrosted. And I'm going to turn this on, and I'm going to add in, I had already pre-cut some onions the other day, and I put them in the freezer. Since I didn't have freezer bags, I put them in 2 bags. And then I also have some bell peppers that I'm going to add. I think I'm only going to add about half of those because my kids are not too crazy about it. So I'll do that. I'm also going to add some salt and pepper. And I'm also going to add some garlic powder. I'm going to add also a little Italian seasoning just because I like that. And sometimes when I make goulash, like I said, it's been a while, I'll use like canned tomato sauce and stuff like that. But today I'm actually going to use my favorite Prego traditional sauce in it. So it's going to be similar to like a spaghetti, I guess. But I'm also going to add a can of corn that I'm going to strain and add to it. And we'll add cheese into it. And I'm going to make egg noodles. So that'll change it up some. So we're going to brown all this up, and then I'll have my water boiling, and I have these wide egg noodles, but I'm not going to use the whole entire bag. I'm going to do about half of it. And then we're going to let that cook. This will cook about 6 to 8 minutes. I'm going to set it on 8 minutes. And my meat is still cooking here, so let that finish kind of cooking up some more, and then I'll add my sauce to it. Okay, now I have just a regular can of corn that I strained or drained. We're going to mix that in. I'm going to add in this jar of the Prego Traditional. And I think I'll make some garlic bread on the side. Hey Kiki, you want to get the garlic bread out for me? Because we can probably start making that in just a minute. We were gonna make hamburgers, but I forgot to look for buns at Walmart, and then I stopped at Dollar General on the way home. They didn't have any, so hamburgers will have to wait. Because it was so pretty, I was gonna grill them out, but you know, didn't happen. So now I'm gonna turn this down, just kind of let it warm through while we're waiting on the noodles and the garlic toast. I have the noodles already drained, sitting here, and I'm going to take our mixture with the meat. I'm going to add that to the noodles. Use this little thing, or whatever, to kind of stir it together. And then I'm going to get some cheese, just a second. Cheese. I think I'm going to use some mozzarella. I have a tiny bit left in this bag, I think. I'm going to pour that in there. I'm just going to have to stir the cheese in. And that's it. And then we'll have some Parmesan cheese setting out so we can sprinkle that on top. I'm gonna get the garlic toast out of the toaster oven, and then we. What do you think, Courtney? She done emptied her plate. How is it?
I like goulash.
What about you, Bryce? You weren't happy at first.
It's
I don't
never
know.
been my favorite.
Why? It's basically almost like
It's
spaghetti.
I just haven't liked it that much
Wait.
before, but it's just like,
This is better on.
but it's good.
Oh, and there's garlic toast, by the way. Did y'all not see all that?
Oh
No.
no, I didn't.
And Adrian, how are you liking it? He doesn't really care for the corn, he said, but
I like corn plain, but not with anything else.
it tastes good. It gives it a little crunch. I think it's good. It was very easy, and it makes a lot. So we'll have more for tomorrow for lunch. Aren't y'all excited?
I am.
Sure.
It'll be all right.
I love you.
All right, y'all. Thank you so much for watching tonight's What's for Dinner.
Yeah.